It's being reported, unfortunately, I'm not sure if this is true, but we pray that it's not. But it is being reported on multiple sources that Quality Control's Pierre P. Thomas has passed away from a massive heart attack. Thomas launched the careers of the Migos, City Girls, Lil Baby. So they saying that QCP has lost his life, man. For those of y'all who don't know who QCP is the dude who is standing next to Coach K when it comes to the Migos and Lil Baby, the City Girls, the Quality Control imprint that comes with the Migos, Lil Yachty, City Girls, so forth and so on. QCP has been having some things going on lately, and this by way of health. I've never really reported on it because the family has requested that it stay silent, but you know, it's looking like maybe a flu, Flamasco, Doug, and a Larson. Real quick, man, let me show y'all this. Now, QCP has had some crazy things going on in the music industry. Let's jump into this from Scandal Scoop TV.
We'll just go to your bosses and give them double for everybody. And they bought the entire 300.
Imagine being handed a $150 million offer for your entire music catalog. A life-changing deal that could secure your family for generations. Now picture this. The very person who helped launch your career, the one you trusted the most, secretly cutting you out of that same deal. That's exactly what went down with Lil Baby. After staying silent for years, he's finally breaking his silence about how QC's CEO allegedly played him out of the biggest payday of his career. This isn't just some business move. It's one of the coldest power plays in hip-hop history. Lil Baby, known for keeping it real and staying loyal, refused to meet with Scooter Braun about a $150 million catalog buyout because he didn't want to disrespect his CEO. But while Baby was...
It's crazy because while Baby was trying to stay loyal to the CEO wasn't loyal to him, and QCP doubled down and flu-flam the situation.
Staying solid, P was reportedly holding secret talks with that same executive, and before anyone knew it, the entire QC label was sold for a massive $300 million. And guess what? Lil Baby didn't get a dime from the deal that was originally meant for him. Fans were stunned, the industry was buzzing, and suddenly, everyone started questioning just how deep loyalty really goes in this game. By the end of this breakdown, you'll see exactly how one of hip-hop's biggest success stories turned into one of its wildest betrayals. Lil Baby's reaction has sent shockwaves across the music world, and people can't stop talking about it. So if you want to know the real story behind the QC empire and why this whole situation has artists everywhere side-eyeing their label deals, keep watching till the end. This one out of Atlanta's wildest music drama. This story...
So that's one situation with QCP. Then you also have this situation.
May 27th, 2010. It was 8:45 p.m. when an off-duty officer working at the Lenox Mall in Atlanta advised over the radio he was with a man who stated a black man named Keon was leaving the mall in a brown tinted four-door and that Keon was wanted for murder. 2 additional officers responded to the area, locating a brown Oldsmobile matching the description given. The vehicle was pulled over with 2 men and a woman inside, with the front passenger being identified as Interior's Keon McClinton, who officers confirmed had a murder warrant out of Fulton County. An investigator arrived at the mall where the call originated and met with Pierre Thomas, who's more commonly known as P, the CEO of Quality Control Music. P stated to the investigator he was at the mall when he recognized the man he knew as Keon. P told the investigator Keon was the same man who previously shot him and killed his friend, which led to the warrant for murder.
So this is what P has been known for most recently in the streets, is cooperating with the police and, you know, helping justice be, put together to the ones who step like Sierra. But when it's all said and done, you know, it's really interesting to pay attention to the fact because you have people like Lil Baby and different artists who are signed to him that have this no snitch, you know, no police involvement type situation going on, to where they'll always be adamant that they're against law and law enforcement. But with the reality of the situation being that QCP is in fact, you know, someone that is not only the owner of the imprint, the person that put them on, it seemed like that one swept under the rug. But let's continue on.
Continue by telling the investigator he confronted Keon, even chasing him to his vehicle where Keon grabbed a handgun. That's when P would run for the mall as Keon chased behind him saying, "I'm gonna kill you." P would state he was in fear for his life, hid in the mall, and came back out to see Keon was leaving the area. P would also provide a written statement. According to the written statement, Pierre listed himself as a victim or witness and wrote, "I confronted him about murder and chased him to the car. He got a pistol and chased me in the mall, threatening to kill me." The officer would write, "How do you know the subject?" And P would answer, "He shot me and killed my friend." The officer then asked,
And that right there would be where they say P told, he popped me and killed my friend. That right there would be all it would take, my guy.
"What type of gun was it?" And P answered, "A black handgun." On a second piece of paper, the officer would ask, "Did he make any comments?" And P would write, "I'm gonna kill you." The officer then wrote, "Did you fear for your life?" And P answered, "Yes." Pierre Thomas would sign both pieces of paper along with the witnessing officer who received the statement. Keon would be read his Miranda rights before saying he was at the mall when a man with the red hat approached him, repeatedly asking if he knew him and saying he knew who he was. Keon said the man's friends
Yeah, all this just becomes super flamorous, super skullduggerous, and extremely larcenous. And again, it's unfortunate, but this is a part of this man's legacy, as well as the QC deal and, all these things. Now, we're not sure exactly of how accurate these claims are that this man has lost his life. I have done some digging. I have done some looking around. Somebody close to the situation told me that he's not, in fact, unalive. He's in the ICU. Another person told me that he may, kind of be in a situation where he may be left in a vegetative state. I'm trying to be careful with my words here because I do not want to seem like I'm giving anything factual, because everything that I'm telling you guys right now is just rumors and just alleged, because, again, we don't know. Nobody is there with the family or there with these people. So we can't exactly give you guys the best information because we're not in fact there. All we can do is give it, get information from the people that we know that are in fact there, by way of FaceTime and situations like that. But with that all being said, we're looking at the situation in totality, and they're saying that this man may have had a situation from a heart attack. And, there's been rumors floating around that it could be substance abuse that had led to the situation that induced the heart attack. They're saying that, it could have just been a, stroke of bad luck. I'm not really 100% sure, but this is what I do know. When you're dealing with these situations and you're handling these situations, you do in fact have to conduct yourself and carry yourself in a way that is going to be for the betterment of your safety. So I'm not sure what's going on with QCP, but I will keep you guys posted. God willing, everything will come out all right for him, and he, won't suffer anything that will change his life or hurt his life in a way that is, unrecoverable, for lack of better words. I know that might not be the word I'm looking for, but with that all being said, man, we finna get up out of here to the next one. Red dots to the left, the rest. Say a prayer and be blessed. We go.